Happy National Ceiling Fan Day, everybody. September 18th, 2024. Isaac24 here, coming to you live with the yearly tradition of the ceiling fans in my house here on National Ceiling Fan Day. I know everyone likes these videos, so I'm going to go ahead and do my yearly tradition and show you the fans in my house. So, starting here in the family room, we have the old reliable. This is a 52-inch Hampton Bay Gazebo 2 in white, obviously. We purchased it new from Home Depot in Okemos, Michigan, February of 2021. Actually, we ordered it online. We didn't purchase it in store. And it's been up here ever since. I think I actually made a video installing it. For those of you that would be interested in that, I think I did like a parody of the Spats Bear video. And excuse the birds chirping in the background, we do have the windows open because it's National Ceiling Fan Day and it's September in Michigan, so it's nice. But this thing has been great, actually. It's coming up on, oh my gosh, 4 years almost that we've had it up here, and it's been absolutely great. We haven't had a single issue with it. The only thing that I've done to it in that time is maybe once a year, the, let's see if I can show it. The set screw that attaches the motor to the down rod under that little coupling, not the canopy, but under there, has become a little bit loose, and so when the fan is on low, it will sort of swing back and forth. Just tighten that set screw maybe 2-3 times, and it's been fine. But yeah, it's here in the family room. I'll go ahead and I'll turn it off. It's controlled by, we've got a speed switch here, and we've got a light switch, so I'll turn it off here, and I'll see if I can't get you a closer shot of it here. This fan is outdoor rated. It's got plastic blades and all of the surfaces are covered. It's a nice fan, and you can see we use all of our fans 24/7, so this one especially being white shows the dust very well. Obviously it has pull chains, but we don't use them, so I'll go ahead and I'll turn the speed control up to high here, and I'll just give you a 0 to high shot real quick. Actually, first, there's the light, which, just to show you, wrong one. Pull chains work. You just pull the wrong one. We don't ever use them, so I'm not used to it, but flip the light off here, and here's high speed. As you can hear, it moves very good air. One byproduct, unfortunately, of it being completely plastic, or the blades being plastic, is you do hear some of that creaking noise, which is nothing to be concerned about, but we also never run this fan on high, really, so. But when you do, I mean, this thing moves good air. I think it helps that it's not flush mounted, and it's in a very, very large room with the kitchen over to the left, and I'm standing almost to the living room and the foyer, which is 2 stories, but even in the winter when we have this thing reversed on low, you can feel the air in the dining room, or in the kitchen rather. Go ahead and I'll slow it down to medium here. Hear it click. I figured I'll just run you through all the speeds on them just so you can see them. We use this fan on low pretty much 24/7. In fact, I think that where I just turned it off a minute ago, that was probably the first time it's been off in a long time. But that's medium. You can see even the reverse switch has a little rubber thing over it to protect it from the elements. And lastly, of course, low speed, which you already saw. I'll go ahead and I'll show you here. I'll turn it back up to high, and I'll show you the pull chains do work. Medium, low, off, back to high. And I'll turn it back down to low. There's the light. We hardly ever use that light. I mean, this is the first time I think this light's probably been turned on in months, because we've got these lights and the sconces, and it's just not a very pleasant light. At night, it's very direct, so. I wanted a fan without a light for in here, but my mom had the ultimate decision, of course. One thing I forgot to show you too, turn it off here one more time. This is probably pretty obvious, but it has the oak blades on top, which obviously we picked white because it matches the room better. But turn it back on there, And that is the family room fan. So go ahead and I'll take you upstairs now. That is the only fan on the main floor, I forgot to mention. Oh, we have a cameo. Maybe. Let's go upstairs now. Oh, and while we're here, as per usual, good top shot of that. It does appear that the blades are starting to droop a little bit. I don't know if they actually are, if it's just this angle, but oh well. It was a home center fan. Upstairs, heading into the office. This is the only non-52-inch fan in the house. This is a Harbor Breeze Armitage 42-inch. We purchased this fan in late July 2022 from the South Lansing Lowe's. It's just on a single switch here, but turn it off and I'll show you. Really nothing special about it. I think everyone's seen these. And then, of course, if I stand on a rolly chair here, oak blades. Really nothing, see if I can't get off the chair. Really nothing too special about it. Go ahead and show you here. There's the light. It's just an LED bulb. There's really nothing special about it, like I said, but I'll go ahead and do straight to high here. It moves pretty decent air for a 42-inch fan that's a hugger. Of course, this is also not a very big room, so I've been pretty pleased with it, though. Medium. We run this one. I mean, we pretty much run all our fans on low 24/7. In the winter, sometimes this one will go off at night, but during the day, in fact, my mom, she works from home in here 4 days a week. She keeps this one on forward most of the year just because she wants air because this room gets hot. Low. And yeah, so that is the 42-inch Harbor Breeze Armitage. I should have mentioned too, every fan in this house I've installed. None of them were here and none of them were installed by anyone but me, so that is that one. Heading into the master bedroom, we have a 52-inch Hampton Bay hugger, I guess this is the name of it. This fan was purchased on the same day as that Armitage from the Okemos Home Depot store, July of 2022. This one is on 2 switches. It has these two here, fan and then the light. And then on the other side of the room is these two, which has a speed control and a light switch, but we keep these off. We don't use those switches. So I'll flip it off with the switch here and I'll turn the light on here. This one's kind of loose. The only thing about this fan I don't care for is the light bulb. It's very dim. It's also off to the side, so it looks like it has a burned out bulb, even though it really doesn't. So that kind of is unfortunate. Get you a top shot. This one's dusty too. Kind of lighter colored blades. Obviously this one's brushed nickel. My parents like the brushed nickel. Pull chains, and then obviously it's kind of loose, but whatever. I'll go ahead and I'll flip this off. We'll come over here and use these switches for now. We'll flip this to high and I'll just turn it straight to high for you. It does make some humming noise. This one also, as you guessed, 24/7 on low. Although it moves pretty good air. This is a pretty big bedroom, as you can see, and it does good in here. Go ahead and turn it down to medium using the switch. You can hear the motor. My parents have been pretty pleased with this. I kind of bought this and the Armitage in there as a gift for them because there used to be a Delta 2 in here and they hated it. Even though I tried to convince them like, oh, this is a much better fan, like no, they wanted this and you know. So, yeah. The family room had a Hunter 5-minute fan for the most part. Here's low. The office had a Minka Quorum thing. This room had a Delta 2, and then the other rooms I'll tell you. I'll go ahead and I'll turn it back to high, and I'll just show you the pull chains here. Medium, low, off, back to high. We'll come over here. Low, switch off, because they don't use those switches, and turn it back there. I think there's a... Actually, no, now that I think about it, this one, when I bought it, wasn't labeled Hampton Bay. It was just no name, but it's Hampton Bay. So that's the hugger in my parents' room. Now, going in to the spare bedroom, we have a 52-inch Hampton Bay Brookhurst. This is the... Out of the 4 fans up here, I believe this is the oldest one. I think this one was June of 2022. This one was purchased from the Home Depot in Waverly. It's also just on a single switch, but I'll shut it off here. This one has a very fast low. I actually like this fan a lot. It's got a very small motor. You can see through the vents. But I actually really like this fan. This used to be my room, and I always liked it. This thing pushes good air. Get up here and show you. Top shot. There's the blades. They're wood, obviously. And then the tag. Potential date code. I'll show you here when we go back on. And then the light. 3 LEDs. This is the only fan in the house that doesn't have a center globe for the lights, which my parents hate this style, but at the time this was my room, so I picked this out. There used to be a Hunter 2000s thing. I don't know what it was. Looked kind of like this. Off, and here is high. I would say out of all the fans in the house, this one probably pushes the most air. It's probably on par with the gazebo. I think it helps because this is a down rod fan. There's no ceiling hugging. Medium. This fan actually, most of the time is off. The last month or two we've been running it because I'll come in here and I'll sit because the recliner's right there. That recliner was in here when this was my room, but I'll come in here and sit and just watch YouTube or do work that I need to get done. But I run it when I'm in here because I get hot. But for a while, we just kept it off. I don't think this thing turned on. I mean, this thing was reversed, like, even into July, because we just never came in here and used it. I don't think in the winter we use this one much, because no one's ever in here. It's a spare bedroom. But I like this fan a lot. It's actually a pretty good fan. So, that is the Hampton Bay Brookhurst. Well, unlabeled Brookhurst, now that I think about it, because it wasn't labeled Hampton Bay, but like it's a Hampton Bay. So yeah, even on low speed, this one pushes good air. In fact, it makes this room nice and cold. So the Brookhurst, welcome. And lastly, in my bedroom, you guys have seen this one before. It's really dark in here. This is the 52-inch Harbor Breeze Armitage that was installed in July of 2022, but before the other two, and I think a couple weeks after the Brookhurst. This one might have been first, I don't remember. This one also is on a single switch. Very good message there. But I'll show you here. The only thing wrong with this one is that like last year, the light pull chain that matched this one ripped out, so I bought one of those like fan light things, and I just put that one on there. But this one has a better design than the Hampton Bay in my parents' room, even though they're kind of competitors, because the bulb is in the middle, so it looks better. Pretty dusty, because it, again, 24/7 on low. But you can definitely see how this is the same style as the one in my parents' room. I did have to tighten this a little bit, and I had to tighten the blade screws because they were drooping like that from all the use. But other than that, nothing's changed on this one since it's been installed. But I'll turn the light off here. Obviously, I've got my dice and my dream catcher. And I'll turn it on high. It moves pretty good air. I would say it moves a little more than the one in my parents' room, but this is also a smaller room, so it might feel like more. It's moving the flag over there. It looks like it's moving more because these things are moving, but medium. I like this fan. It's been a good fan. I think this fan was under $50 when we bought it new, so it's been pretty good. South Lansing Lowe's again. Back to Lowe. There's 2 Home Depots, 2 Menards, and 2 Lowe's in the Lansing area. There's the Lowe's and the Menards are both. There's a location of each on the south side of Lansing towards Holt, and there's a location of each on the west side of Lansing towards Grand Ledge. They're kind of near each other. And then there's a Home Depot in Okemos near where I used to live, and there's a Home Depot. There's a Home Depot on the west side in Waverly. So, yeah. But that's low. This one's got a slower low speed than my parents'. So, yeah. That is pretty much everything, I think. Not going to show portable fans because that's kind of... I mean, because no one, I don't think, cares about that. But, yeah. So... these are the ceiling fans of the Isaac 24 household. There's 3 of them. The 4th one, which, for the record, this room could hold a 52-inch fan. When we moved in, there was a 52-inch fan in here, but it was just tight. And honestly, these 42-inch fans are cheaper, so we went with that. And last but not least, probably the most reliable fan in the house, at least because of the age, right here. This one was definitely the most expensive. I think the Brookhurst was the second most. The Armitage and the Hugger were tied, and the little Armitage was probably the cheapest. So that's going to be it. I hope you all enjoyed this Isaac 24 yearly tour National Ceiling Fan Day. What's funny is I actually went back through about a month ago and I compiled a list of all the fans that used to be installed in this house, like every one. Maybe at some point I'll share that, but I think a lot of people would just be bored by it. So, yeah. Hopefully you all have enjoyed this. I'm sure next year they'll be the same, and the year after that, and the year after that, because obviously there's no reason to change them. They just work. So, thank you for watching. As always, feel free to subscribe and click like if you like what you see, and follow me on the web at isaac24.com. And that will be it. You guys have yourselves a great National Ceiling Fan Day.